Hey everyone, my name is Harley and this is Harley of All Trades. Today I want to talk about imposter syndrome, what it is, and how to deal with it. So what exactly is imposter syndrome? Merriam-Webster dictionary says, imposter syndrome is a psychological condition that is characterized by persistent doubt concerning one's abilities or accomplishments, accompanied by the fear of being exposed as a fraud despite evidence of one's ongoing success. And from McLeanHospital.org, the concept of imposter syndrome was first explored by researchers like Pauline Rose Clance and Suzanne Imes in 1978. In what they termed the imposter phenomenon, Clance and Imes observed the experiences of 150 women who earned PhDs, were respected professionals in their fields, or were students recognized for their academic excellence. Despite success or praise from others, these women continued to believe that they were not bright, had achieved their success from sheer luck, and that they had managed to fool everyone regarding their intelligence and capability. So it seems that no matter what stage of life you're at, imposter syndrome can come at any time. And like most things in life, imposter syndrome is a cycle. A person will overwork themselves to compensate for their fear of being found out of fraud, and while that overworking behavior might lead to success, the good feeling only lasts temporarily until the person again feels like a fraud and the cycle continues on. But wait, what does this have to do with my series as a whole? Well, imposter syndrome actually derives from a lot of different personality traits, including perfectionism. If someone who experiences perfectionism doesn't give their 100% all of the time, then this could lead to feelings of anxiety and inadequacy, thus leading to imposter syndrome. I experience imposter syndrome all the time. Even with this series, I feel like I'm not doing enough for this series. I feel like I'm too far behind with my editing. When I first came to university, I had a lot of experience with imposter syndrome. I thought, how did I get into this school? I'm not smart enough to be here. What am I doing? But it's important to understand that you are the one in control of your successes. You are responsible for your intellect, even when it feels like you're not. So now that we know more about what imposter syndrome is and what it looks like, what are some ways that we can combat it? It's not easy, trust me. You may feel imposter syndrome once in your life. You may feel it several times throughout your life, and both are totally normal. The biggest thing that you can do is to acknowledge your expertise and acknowledge your accomplishments. You are the reason that you are where you're at. All of your successes are your own. Remind yourself that you've earned where you're at in life, either professionally, academically, socially. Don't compare yourself. Comparison is the thief of joy. You cannot compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 20. It just doesn't work that way. Whoever you see in their chapter 20, they had a chapter 1. Everyone starts somewhere. Expect to make mistakes and understand that mistakes are okay. We are human, we're meant to make mistakes, and that's how we learn. Talk to people that you trust. As I said, many people experience imposter syndrome. So talking to a friend, a family member, a peer, a teacher, whoever, chances are they also experience imposter syndrome, and you can confide in that person and have some common ground. Accept positive feedback. This is a very important one. I know that it's hard sometimes to accept compliments or positive feedback, but if someone is telling you that you've done a great job, chances are you've done a great job. One more thing that you can try and do to combat imposter syndrome is to keep a log of all of your accomplishments. You can reflect back on these when imposter syndrome is just really loud in your ears. So why is it important that we combat imposter syndrome? Well, for two main reasons. Number one, it inhibits growth and development. If you're constantly telling yourself, oh, I didn't deserve this promotion, oh, I didn't deserve to get into this university, then you're just being negative towards yourself, and that'll hinder you from going forth and trying new things, or will inhibit your ability to move forth in life. And number two, it hinders creativity by fostering self-doubt and a fear of failure. So basically my whole series here is to try and get not only myself, but for you as well, to try and have the confidence to face the fear of failure, face imperfection and combat it and push it away and say, no, I am enough, I can do this, and I'm gonna have fun while doing it, because guess what? All that matters at the end of the day is what I think of myself, and I want to think that I'm pretty cool. I know that imposter syndrome is something that many people will experience either once or multiple times throughout their lives. And it's not easy to deal with, but it's important that we address these feelings and not let it consume us. There are ways to quell imposter syndrome through self-love and self-care. Like my therapist always tells me, you can do hard things, and you've done hard things before. You are capable, you are successful, and making mistakes is part of what makes you human. We're all experiencing life for the first time, so try not to be too hard on yourself. And if imposter syndrome is something that you deal with every day, and if it's becoming a hindrance on your everyday life, I would suggest seeking out professional help. And as always, try new things, embrace imperfection, and have fun. I'll see y'all next time. Bye!